The main event, an Iron Woman match, 30 minutes for the NXT Women's Championship. Bayley defending against Sasha Banks. What can be said? A great match, great storytelling, great action, great character development, RJ. We talked about this last week. Great stuff all around. Best part of the entire match, Sasha Banks takes the headband of Izzy, parades around with it, makes her cry like a true heel that Sasha Banks is. The true heel that the boss is. Just great stuff. I mean, there's really nothing much more I could say. I mean, I like Clark said at the start of the show, I like the Brooklyn match a little bit more. Not only because I was there, I just feel like it was more of an organic story with Bayley winning the belt. And like you said earlier, RJ, the ending outcome was a little bit predictable. Banks is gone. It didn't take away from the match.
No.
But it did, like, I don't know. I like the other match a little bit more. Still a great match, though. One of the best matches of the year so far. End the match, Bayley forces Banks to tap out in the final few seconds. After a 3-2 score, I believe it was. And then they closed out the show with Triple H congratulating both women. The roster comes out, give them the flowers, give them the applause. Great way to go off the show. So, RJ, your thoughts on the match?
That was a good match. Obviously not as good as the NXT Brooklyn match, but like you said, great heel heat, taking Izzy's headband off, throwing it back at her, making her cry. Perfect heat for Sasha Banks.
Perfect.
Just proving the great heel that she is. And like I said, good match. I kind of wish it went to overtime, but that's just nitpicking, really. But good match. Like to see Triple H come out with the flowers. The whole roster come out clapping for them. They really deserved it, and they're proving that women can headline a pay-per-view or a show. And I think that NXT is really showing WWE what they're really missing out on.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. About the hashtag Divas Revolution, which we'll rant on a little
Trademark.
bit. Trademark. Trademark. What culture? But yeah, I just thought from start to finish, just a phenomenal match. A true heel, Sasha Banks is. That was a hilarious move. A hilarious move from Sasha Banks taking the headband of Izzy. But yeah, just everything about it. I thought it was great. The story they told and everything. I mean, just like you said, nitpicking. The story I wanted to be told was that they pulled old Shawn and Brett, which they talked about in the video package. Both of them have watched the match before, and they talked about it on Twitter in the weeks leading up to this match. I would have just had it be 0-0 until the end. Go to sudden death until Bayley finally wins. The story they told instead, though, I feel like it's better the route they took instead, is because it wasn't a complete copy of that first Iron Man match. It was something on its own. And what I loved the most about this, and again, this is kind of just nitpicking and minor things, is that of the 4 falls before the finish, and I don't even think with the finish too, Bayley won with the armbar. I don't believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, that any of the 4 falls were via a finisher. They were either Banks, I think, rolled up Bayley at one point. Bayley might have won on countout or the other way around.
She hit her with Bayley to belly one time and pinned her.
Oh, did she?
I think so.
Oh, but at least with the finish though, she didn't finish her off with Bayley to belly. You know.
I think the second fall was Bayley to belly. I think.
Was it?
I
think
so.
Yeah, I don't think it was. It definitely wasn't the first one. So at least they didn't go back to their finisher every 2 seconds, like, you know, hit an AA 1 2 3, hit an RKO 1 2 3, AA. You know, just going back and forth would have been ridiculous. So loved it, absolutely loved it. Clark, what were your thoughts on Bayley and Banks in the main event?
Like everyone says, it was a great match. You know, absolutely phenomenal. A great wrestling clinic, great story with it. Sasha really did some heel work, you know, because everyone, you know, loves Bayley and loves Sasha, but, you know, Sasha really kind of was, you know, messing with people like, hey, why are you doing that? And then you remember, oh, yeah, that's right, she's a bad guy, you know, with stealing Izzy's headband. And, yeah, but I saw a tweet on Eddie's birthday as I'm scrolling through, and I saw someone retweet it, and someone said, lied with a hug, cheated with an eye rake, stole from Izzy, female Eddie Guerrero accomplished. And I was like, yes.
Love it. She is a huge Eddie Guerrero fan, obviously, and she is the equivalent to what Eddie Guerrero was for the women. Is a over as hell as a baby face, but when she needs to play a heel, a great heel Sasha Banks is. That's why she is the future. Not only of women's wrestling, but I feel like of WWE, she can be a major cornerstone going forward. The chick's only, 23 years old?
Yeah, she's 22 or 23.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, beautiful. She is the future. Bayley, too, all those women. If they can book them properly, that is. But anyway, really good way of going off the show. Like you said, RJ, they were very well-deserved slot in the main event. The women are. And hopefully they can continue the streak. We have not had a bad women's match on these special. We haven't had a bad special yet, period. But of all the women's matches that we've gotten these specials, from Paige and Emma to Charlotte and Natalya to Charlotte Bayley to Charlotte Banks, the 4-way in February, to
Lynch
and Banks, to the match in Brooklyn, Banks and Bayley, and then to the rematch here. We haven't had a bad women's match yet. So I'm hoping December can continue that. Eva Marie will not be in contention for that belt.
What do you think it's going to be?
Could it be Emma?
You know what I think?
Oh, go ahead.
You know what I think is pretty fascinating now that we're talking about Bayley and Banks?
Yep.
I don't know if you guys know this, but at the first ever TakeOver, NXT TakeOver, the dark match was Bayley versus Sasha Banks,
Was it
and
really?
Yeah, look it up.
Wow.
And then 7 TakeOvers later, they're main eventing TakeOver. So that's like a huge thing for both of them, huge thing for WWE, huge thing for wrestling. So
amazing.
Yeah.
This is incredible. I was looking back at Charlotte's win-loss record, and like the first match she had in WWE was against Bayley. Her second match against Sasha Banks. These 4 women, I mean Lynch came a little bit later, but all 4 of these women are the cornerstones of the women's division in NXT. But
who's going to be it? TakeOver. Bayley's opponent.
I'm thinking Emma.
I'm thinking Emma too.
Yeah, I don't know who else you could build up. Eva Marie is... She's not a loser. She's won all of her matches. She just sucks in the ring.
Carmella, no.
Carmella.
Alexa Bliss.
Maybe. I could see
She's
it.
the only other heel that you can think of right now.
Yeah, and Blake and Murphy won't be doing anything. They'll be sitting on the sidelines again.
Alexa Bliss.
Blissful, baby.
Blissful.
She's too bliss. Alexa Bliss is just too bliss. She's not going to get a title run.
She's too red hair.
2 red hair, Banks is. 2 red hair. That's what it is. That's why she's not going to get any further in WWE. She's too Snoop.
Too Snoopaloop.
Too Snoopaloop. Loved it.